Autumn, 1091. Rhodes Island of Babel, Casto.
How's progress, Closure? The last thing I need is another core system control failure.
Well, since you had to bring it up, I might have run into a little problem. Even with the tricks you taught me, the encryption methods used by many of PRDS's programs are almost incomprehensible to a normal brain, and my decoder isn't fully compatible yet. We may not be able to shut the system down before the doctor arrives on the ship.
Try again? If you're not confident about getting it done, then we'll go to the contingency plan. Turning off power to the entire ship.
Leave it to me! Seems like you're still keeping a lot of secrets, though. I've never seen anyone make you so nervous.
That's not important. What's important is making sure nothing happens to the ship.
Azkaban's report says the doctor looks like an ordinary person. A pretty decent one, too, who picked up a stray little goddess and carried her all across the land. Do we really have to be so on edge?
It's not the doctor that I fear.
Then what is it?
You don't need to know yet. Wipe the doctor's boarding records. This is for the safety of both the doctor and Babel. The others don't need to know that the doctor exists until the doctor and Teresa have reached a conclusion.
Alright, I'll work at it. But I wonder why you seem to care a lot about this doctor at that same time that you're so on guard over the whole thing. I've got it! The doctor must have dirt on you!
Don't bother. You won't find it.
Come on, why so serious?
What about the girl?
Same conclusion, no change. I cross-checked all relevant Rim Bilvatonian records and had scout check with the informants inside the military commission. Amia's background comes through clean. Her parents were killed when the convoy transporting the laser mining module got attacked. The attack itself was purely coincidental. No one knew they were transporting Sarkaz-related cargo, and the military commission wasn't involved. She must have gotten infected in the mess. If not for the doctor, she'd be spending the rest of her life suffering in Rim Bilvaton.
I'll end all the girl's examination and treatment once she's on board.
You're still concerned about her?
Yes, I am. She's too young, and she hasn't had proper treatment since contracting oropathy.
Oh, that kind of concerned.
I don't want the doctor's kindness to be the reason for delaying her treatment. Plus, Teresa would call her a gentle child who has the right to choose her future.
Amia. Let me sleep. Where are we? Doctor? The doctor's here. Wake up, sleepyhead. You're almost home. Home?
In her half-awake state, Amia feels a warm fingertip brush her cheek.
It tickles. Don't do that. Whoa! Who are you? Teresa. Teresa. The doctor talked about you. Oh? What did the doctor say? I don't remember. I was having a great carrot cake at the time, though. Teresa should smell nice, be really warm and sweet. What about now? Is she as you imagined her? Yeah, smells good. Warm and sweet. Doesn't smell like carrots though. Not fully awake, I see. Will you come home with us, Amia? Home. Yeah. Okay.
Outside Rhodes Island of Babel, Casto. The tiny cottage sleeps soundly in Theresa's arms, leaning against her neck. She pats Amia on the back and turns towards the doctor, who is clearly tired.
Thank you, Teresa. I didn't expect you to come pick us up personally.
Looks like you're not quite all-knowing, Doctor. You have much to learn when it comes to childcare, at least.
Sure enough.
You look different from when you left, Doctor. How was the journey?
I saw a lot and learned a lot. There are plenty of interesting things on this great land. I also met Amia. It was a miracle that I was able to save her.
Amia. She's even cuter than your letter said. Poor girl, but fortunate in some way.
Her condition is getting worse. I needed to bring her in for treatment. How has Babel been in the times that I was away?
Not quite smooth sailing. We have a lot to deal with, but not everything needs to be handled right away. You must be tired after your journey. Get some rest.
Thank you, Teresa. Amia, we are home.
Doctor? Did I fall asleep? Oh, Amia, you're awake.
Why don't you come down? Teresa will get tired if she has to keep holding you.
Amia nods and jumps down from Teresa's arms.
Will you hold my hand, Amia? Doctor?
It's alright, Teresa is my friend. You can trust her. You'll spending a lot of time with her from now on.
Okay. Is this Babel?
Yes,
It's so big. Even bigger than those mining plates. So this is where you used to live.
I spent a long time here. A very long time.
Is this your home? Yes, Amia, this is the doctor's home. Right, doctor?
Yes.
It's your home now too. Will you let us help the doctor take care of you? All right. I'll go wherever the doctor goes.
They step into the elevator, and the Babel logo appears before their eyes. The heavy door opens to welcome them in. Sensing Amia's unease, Teresa puts a hand on her shoulder.
What's behind the door? People waiting to welcome you and the doctor.
Are you sure about taking me and the girl in, Teresa?
Why shouldn't I be? I'm glad to have more people calling Babel their home. Many here don't know you though, so I'm sure you'll be busy for the next few days.
How should I present myself?
Good question. You should talk to Calcit first. She's been waiting for you. Tell her your concerns, your questions, and the secrets in your heart. She would be very sad if you didn't.
You could have...
If you really want the King of Sarkaz to reveal the thoughts that you're loath to tell, I will. But I can feel you're still wavering. Let's go. Amia, doctor, we'll go to her.
Amia? You're Amia, aren't you?
Yes.
Calcit crouches down and gives the girl a candy.
Thank you for protecting the doctor throughout your journey, Amia.
Thank you, Dr. Calcit.
Will you fetch Teresa? We need to do some checks on you.
Will they hurt?
A little. But the doctor's letters called you a brave girl.
Will the doctor be with me?
Of course. The doctor has some things to do first, though.
It's alright, Amia. Just wait for me here in the ward. And I'll be back very soon.
Okay.
You'll need to do a full checkup later too, Doctor.
Alright.
Doctor,
Yes?
do you plan on leaving again?
No, I think I've traveled enough.
If you made up your mind, I'll respect your decision. If nothing else, you're concerned about Amia's health, even though she was a complete stranger to you.
There's no fundamental difference between these lives and us.
I'm glad. Glad that you shows hope in the end. I'll come back, Doctor.
How is Amia?
blood originium levels are high. Currently available inhibitors are not sufficient to stabilize cell condition. We need to develop new drugs. I need time and resources.
Babbles are yours to use, Doctor. We are happy to share our research on oripathy with you.
What can I help you and Kasset with in exchange?
This is not a transaction. It's one of the core missions of Babel, to do everything in our power to help everyone suffering from oripathy. Since the day that Kalsit woke you up, I was convinced that he would help with all of this, just as you helped Amia.
Thank you.
Now, perhaps I have a chance to ask you this question, Doctor. How do you view this land, Terra?
I don't think it's my place to judge. There's no such thing as superior or inferior civilizations. It took a long and hard journey for Terra to evolve to where it is today. Add to that the sick jokes that Originium has played on life.
You said that Originium did not develop the way you expected.
It wasn't supposed to bring suffering.
I sense that you are keeping secrets, but there's nothing false about the sorrow coming from deep within your heart. The sorrow that I can't understand.
I want to fix this mistake, but I'm powerless to do so. At the end of the day, civilizations largely progress in similar ways. It all comes to an inevitable endpoint, however bright its light shines at its peak.
But Kalsit said you didn't give up hope, even in your final days.
I had many friends, even in those last days, who faced difficulties far greater than you can imagine, with courage and hope that is every bit you equal. They failed and faded away without exception. We haven't known each other that long, Teresa. I want to know, why do you do all this? What is the end that Babel seeks in compromising with the military commission?
There's something I want to show you, Doctor. We had to ask you about Originium sooner or later. That's why Kalsit woke you up. Please, come and see the results of my brief time at work. We're almost there.
This place is barren, even by the standards of a catastrophe-heavy region. But Closure has spent time and effort to maintain this dangerous little trail. A fog trail in the midst of Originium formations. You're not keeping any fewer secrets than I am, Teresa.
A king of Sarkaz has to have a few secrets, right? Don't tell anyone what you see here.
A long trek through the Originium-filled wasteland leads to a small garden. In the heart of a catastrophe, amidst the ruins, on a nameless plain that neither night nor the stars can find. Tiny wild specks mark this little sanctuary, isolated from the rest of the world and the wild lands around it. Even the winds seem softer here. It is a forgotten greenhouse that harkens back to a time in the distant past, when the land was still pure and untainted. Like when men stole fire from up above and lit up the corner of the night sky. Teresa picks up a white flower.
This place represents the cutting edge of Babels and my research into Originium.
Flowers?
No, Originium. I'm sure you understand it's not Originium arts that made these flowers bloom.
The information inherent in Originium, the reversal of a similar universe. You've already come this far? When did...
No race understands Originium better than the Sarkaz. Still, what we know is merely the tip of the iceberg compared to the entirety of Originium. Even with Kalsit helping us understand the nature of Originium, the furthest we have gone is transforming a palm-sized piece of active Originium into this. Garden. Hope. This little flower is my small contribution. I need your help, Doctor. I want to see the day when flowers cover the cliffs and valleys of Castle and all the lands beyond. It's a future worth taking risks for. You've seen how Castle has been mired in war for its entire history, Doctor. Right now, at least, I want to use the power of Originium to create a home for Castle where people can live in peace, safe from war and invasion. In the more distant future, if we are able to fully harness it, we'll be able to change the entire face of Terra. If catastrophes don't bring rain of Originium, but soft, fluffy clouds. If the infected no longer suffer the pain of rocks growing out of them. I don't suppose there's anyone who would have such an absurd dream.
You're different from other Sarkaz, Teresa. Flowers that cover the entire land. What a picture of life that would be.
Doctor?
Why this flower?
Oh, there's no particular reason. I just happened to come across it outside a wally when I was looking for a good place for my experiments. A pure coincidence. Kaltzit said it had a name. Snow in Summer. But it's adapted to changes over the years. Perhaps we could give it a new name. What do you think, Doctor?
A new path is opening up. A path to self-destruction.
Can you hear me, Teresa?
I'm listening. I was giving the doctor a tour of our...
Urgent news from Castle. It concerns Victoria.